Yankees-Astros series never quite failed to disappoint, and it didn't again. Just a four-game series that you knew was going to have a lot of things that maybe you didn't see before, but that might be putting it lightly. But seriously, the Yankees were no hit in this series, and the only other team that the Yankees have been no hit by in recent memory was the Astros in 2003. That was a 6-pitcher combined no-hitter, I believe. This was a 3 combined, 7 innings for Christian Javier, and then 1 for Hector Neris and 1 for Ryan Presley. But also bookends, a couple of Aaron Judge walk-offs to start and end the series. The Yankees never actually held the lead at any point in this 4-game set until they won Game 1 and Game 4. So within the course of the game, they were either trailing or tied. So if you're the Yankees, I think you got to feel pretty fortunate to come away with the split here. And the Astros are definitely, that's the team to look at. Like, as I've seen this season so far, from American League lens, the Yankees have really done very well against the Blue Jays, the Rays, the Twins even, Cleveland, the White Sox to a degree. And none of that's really a huge surprise. But the Astros are definitely a team that you want to look at. Of note, the Red Sox are making a little bit of a push. Yankees still have a very comfortable lead, but the Yankees only faced the Red Sox once that first series of the season. So those Yankee-Red Sox games will be interesting because Boston could very well be a playoff team. In fact, I think they probably will be. So those will be definitely fun games. But the Astros, there's a good chance that could be an ALCS matchup, Yankees versus the Astros, and you definitely want to keep the home field advantage in that if you can. And the Yankees still hold a pretty comfortable lead on the Astros, but the Astros can definitely match the Yankees. There's no question about it. And we've known that this is a good team. The Astros knocked the Yankees out in 15, 17, and 19. So I think this is good. A little bit of a wake-up call but you still came away with the split. So I think the Yankees have to understand. I mean, the Yankees were no hit for about 16 straight innings. From Friday to Sunday, they did not get a hit for approximately maybe more than 16 innings if you add it all up. So really, really bad. That is obviously completely unacceptable. But the Yankees were able to find a way, and Aaron Hicks has a huge 3-run homer in the first game. And the bullpen, I think, was also kind of an underrated piece to this 4-game set. They really did a very good job. If you kind of go through it, Tyone struggled in Game 1. Game 2, Severino he pitched well, but made one mistake that cost him 3 runs. Cole pitched very well, made one mistake that cost him 1 run. And then Cortez, so-so game. But the pen was really, really good. So I think that probably gets lost. But they did a good job in kind of preserving, in the wins, games 1 and 4, really just locking it down when they were down by 3. So a really good job there. But I'm happy that the Yankees came out with the split because I kind of feel like they didn't deserve to. With that being said, and the reality of it is you have to understand that the Astros are a legitimate threat. Again, this should not be a surprise. This is a team that the Astros, they made the World Series last year. Through it all, through the scandal and everything, they've been a consistently good team for years now. So, and again, I think that this is the team to look at in the American League, certainly based on the way the Yankees have handled the Blue Jays and the Rays. That's why I want to see how the Red Sox do in these head-to-head matchups, but we'll see. But let's get into it. The Yankees really, from a Yankee standpoint, games 1 and games 4 were very, very exciting. The way they finished, at least. And, I think that Jameson Taillon did not have his best stuff, not even close to it, after he pitched really well against the Blue Jays the outing before. But the good job by Taillon, similar to Montgomery the night before at Tampa, was Taillon was able to at least give them innings, which would prove to be beneficial with the Yankees playing a lot of games coming up. And Taillon, goes 5 2/3, gives up 10 hits, 6 earned runs, gives up a couple of 3-run homers. And so, but the 5 2/3 was very, very key. And so of note, roster-wise, Albert Abreu makes his return to the Yankees in this game and actually does contribute to the win. And as a result, Clark Schmidt, who we will see again, Schmidt was sent down. And that's just the way that it is. He had pitched the night before and helped them win. And his efforts, got him sent down. But, he'll be back. So this game would see Josh Donaldson on the bench, and yes, that would be it. So Donaldson would be on the bench. Everything else was fairly normal. And the first inning, you get a 3-run homer right away, and it would be Alex Bregman with a 3-run shot. And kind of interestingly enough, that the series starts out with a Jose Altuve hit by pitch. I guess that's better than Game 4, where it started off with a first pitch home run for Altuve. I think we need to stop with the fuck Altuve chants. That's just my opinion, because he absolutely owns this team. Like, I don't know, think of something different, because it's not working. Again, that's just my thoughts on the whole thing. But Bregman, 3-run homer to start it off. But the Yankees do respond immediately. This was a good sign for me, and something we've seen all year. And it would be a Giancarlo Stanton 3-run homer. So Stanton homers 3 times in this series. So the hits haven't necessarily been coming for Giancarlo, but the homers are now again. And this was a big one, a 3-run shot to tie it right up. And this was a home run off of Framber Valdez, who really settled down after that. He really shut the whole thing down after the 3-run homer by Giancarlo. In the top of the third, though, the Astros would hit another 3-run homer. And it was a big play, runner on first, 1 out, where Alex Bregman singles right off of Tyone. It was hit pretty well, but if somehow it doesn't hit Tyone and goes up the middle, you're probably looking at an inning double play. It doesn't go that way. And instead, Yordan Alvarez, who's had an amazing season, he is, just another example of the Astros just building from within. And, you lose Correa, that's okay. You got Yordan Alvarez, who's, a young star, and Kyle Tucker as well, so they're going to be fine. Very, very well-run team. And so Alvarez hits a 3-run homer, and they're up 6-3 at that point. And Tyone is able to kind of just keep them in it for as long as he can. And Licky comes on, and as well, finishes up the 6th, pitches a 1-2-3 7th, and so that was pretty key at that point. Albert Abreu comes on in the 8th, gets into some early trouble, but is able to come away with it scoreless. So good job by Albert Abreu coming back as a Yank and putting up a 0 in the 8th. Bottom of the 8th, Rafael Montero is in, and Rizzo hits a shot to right, which would have been a 2-run. Well, he was hoping for a 2-run home run. I don't think Kyle Tucker robbed the home run, but it was pretty close. A really nice catch. And so it stays 6-3. We head to the 9th, and Miguel Castro, who had a nice bounce-back series. Castro, who has been struggling lately. I did like what I saw in this series, pitches a good 9th inning. Bottom of the 9th, down 3. And you got to remember, at this point in time, the Yankees 51-18, winning basically all the time. And they find a way again. Stanton leadoff walk, and Presley has had bad career numbers versus the Yanks. Then Gleyber Torres walks, and that sets the stage for Aaron Hicks, who has been absolutely brutal this season. Lately, he has come up with some big hits. I have to give him that. He did it against the Blue Jays, he did it against the Rays, and he does it here against the Astros. A mammoth 3-run bomb by Aaron Hicks, only his 3rd homer of the season, ties the game up at 6. So think about it. 3-run homer Bregman, 3-run homer Stanton, 3-run homer Alvarez, 3-run homer Hicks. But the Yankees, they do what they do, and that's get the walk-off. Now they're up. This would be their 9th walk-off of the year. After the series is over, 10, which leads Major League Baseball. It's pretty amazing. So Connor Falefa gets an infield single. He would be caught stealing. A close play. Yankees challenged it, but the call would stand. And so now there's 1 out now. 1 out. Trevino singles. They bring in Ryan Stanek, and Joey Gallo strikes out. Joey Gallo continues to be someone that just does nothing at all. I cannot wait till he's off this team, and I do think that he will be off this team before long. It's a matter of when, not if, as far as I'm concerned. DJ LeMahieu draws a very important walk because what does that lead to? Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge steps up to the plate, tie game, bottom of the ninth, first and second, Trevino on second, 2 out, 3-0 count, and he's got the green light, and he rips it to left field for a game-winning hit, a walk-off hit for Judge. He's the hero. Big 3-run homer by Aaron Hicks, and the Yankees find a way in the ninth inning, and they win it 7-6, and a great way to start off the Astros series just like that. Game 2, though, sees Justin Verlander on the mound versus Luis Severino, and it really was a great pitcher's duel. And Verlander, he didn't have his strikeout stuff. Only 3 strikeouts for Verlander, but yet he was very, very effective. He only gave up 4 hits. And in this game, on the bench, not a surprise to me after his struggles the night before, Gallo the night before was 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Gallo sits in this one. So this game would be scoreless for a while, all the way until the 6th inning. And finally, Severino cracks as it's a 1-out double by Bregman, a walk to Alvarez, and then a 3-run homer by Kyle Tucker, his 14th of the season. And that makes it 3-0. But the Yankees do respond back a little bit, and it's Giancarlo Stanton with his 16th homer. He homers off of Verlander. And so that makes it 3-1, which actually reminds me, I should have mentioned in the first game, Anthony Rizzo put up a 16-pitch walk in the, the 6th inning of that game? Yes, a 16-pitch walk for Anthony Rizzo. I had to mention that. Didn't lead to anything, but it did get Valdez out of the game a little bit sooner. So anyway, Tucker hits the 3-run homer. Stanton hits a solo shot, makes it 3-1. And Ron Marinaccio comes in, pitches a 1-2-3 7th inning. He starts the 8th, gets a little bit of trouble, but Miguel Castro comes on and gets out of that mess, keeps it at 3-1. Then the Yankees have probably their best shot, Phil Maton, who would, it's funny, LeMahieu singles off of Maton in the 8th. LeMahieu would homer off of Maton in game 4. Judge strikes out. Rizzo walks, and it's first and second, and unfortunately, Giancarlo Stanton strikes out, and then Josh Donaldson strikes out. Josh Donaldson, for me, not getting it done. Not getting it done, Josh Donaldson. Really want to see more from him. And I think we're going to start hearing, the numbers are getting to a point where I think he might start hearing the boo birds a little bit. If this continues, I think you're going to start hearing it a little bit. So 9th inning, Wandy Peralta comes on. He keeps it at 3-1, and Rafael Montero comes in to close it out. It was actually his 3rd straight night in relief. They didn't want to go back to Presley, understandably so, and Montero does get the job done. There was a 1-out walk to Hicks, but then Kiner Falefa grounds out. Matt Carpenter pinch hits for Higashioka, walks, and then LeMahieu in a big, first and second 2-out spot, down 3-1. He does ground out to Bregman, and the Astros even up the series at 1 just like that. We head to game 3, and this is the no-hitter game. Christian Javier was on 7 innings, no hits, 1 walk and 13 strikeouts. He was brilliant. Yankees really couldn't do anything at all in this game. And Garrett Cole pitched great. He makes one mistake to Matchovic in the 7th inning, and that was your difference. And on the bench in this one, Kiner Falefa, as well as LeMahieu, who would pinch hit. LeMahieu would pinch hit. But those were the guys that were out. And like I said, no scoring at all, no nothing. And then in the 7th inning, it is with 2 outs. I mean, Cole was really, this was a battle of, zeros for Javier and Cole, but it is a Astros homer, like I said, that, really kind of takes the sail out of the stadium because at that point, they don't have a hit. But at least it was scoreless. So you're thinking, all right, maybe if this can get into the bullpen, the Yanks can find a way. But they would go down 1-0. And Michael King comes on in the 8th, and he gives up a home run to Jose Altuve because that's what Altuve does. He absolutely owns the Yankees. That makes it 2-0. Hector Neris comes on in the 8th. Yankees this was their best chance. As Hicks walks, Carpenter pinch hits, flies out. LeMahieu pinch hit, walk, and then Gallo really had the best chance. Hits a deep high fly ball to the right, but it's only got warning track power. So Gallo comes up just short, then Judge lines out. That was their best chance off of Neris in the 8th inning. In the 9th, Lucas Licky comes on and gives up a run on an RBI single to Yuli Gurriel. And then Ryan Presley gets a little bit of revenge as he closes out the no-hitter after his fuck up a couple of nights before. Rizzo strikes out, Donaldson strikes out, and it ends on a Stanton ground out, and the Astros are celebrating as they get a no-hitter against the Yankees. It's the Yankees' eighth time they've been no-hit in franchise history, and so that stings. And the Yankees almost followed it up with getting no-hit again in the 4th game, but give them credit, they not only overcome that, but they win the game as well. And that's like where this Yankee team, they show that fight. They show that character. And in this one, it would be Joey Gallo on the bench, and that's just what it is. And that's what it should be. So for the Astros, Jose Urquidy, who only gives up 1 hit in 7 innings versus Nestor Cortez, and Cortez is showing some cracks lately. This was not a bad outing, but not a good one. 3 runs in 5 innings. It's okay, but it's not what we are accustomed to seeing with Cortez recently. And it's the first pitch of the game, Jose Altuve homers. So just like that, coming off of the no-hitter, coming off of, a loss the night before as well, not the way you want to start it, and it's 1-0. In the 4th, a 2-out rally, and it is a 2-run single by Dubon that makes it 3-0 Astros, and the Yankees are in trouble at this point, down 3-0, and there being no hit leading into the 7th. But with 1 out, not only does the no-hitter end, but the shutout ends, and it's Giancarlo Stanton, his 17th homer of the season, his 3rd homer of the series, and it gives the Yankees some life. In the 8th, and I should say, good job by Miguel Castro to pitch a scoreless 6th and 7th. So Castro comes on in 3 of the 4 games and really does a very, very good job. So that's encouraging. Wandy Peralta pitches a scoreless 8th inning. And then at the bottom of the 8th, the Yankees tied up off of Phil Maton. A 1-out single by Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, and then a 2-run homer by DJ LeMahieu. I was not expecting this, but a clutch home run for DJ, 7th homer of the season, makes it 3-3. Then a walk to Judge, a walk to Rizzo, and Brian Abreu comes on, and he strikes out Stanton. Keeps it at 3-3. Clay Holmes pitches a very good 9th inning. We head to the bottom of the 9th, and Ryan Stanek comes on. Donaldson strikes out. Again, Donaldson he's really, I don't know. Ever since the whole Tim Anderson thing, it's been pretty bad for Josh Donaldson. Gleyber walks, 4-pitch walk, and then he actually steals 2nd and goes to 3rd on a bad throw by Jason Castro. So now Hicks already has 2 strikes on him, and eventually it's a full count. Full count to Hicks. Torres on 3rd. Hicks strikes out, and again, give Hicks credit for the 3-run homer in game 1, but don't expect that again. Hicks, runner on 3rd, less than 2 outs. He's not the guy you necessarily want up there. So Hicks strikes out, but to make matters worse, Gleyber, I'm not sure what he was trying to do at 3rd. He was maybe trying to kind of make something happen, and he kind of twists his ankle. And it looked bad initially. He would leave the game. Marwin Gonzalez was coming for him, but Boone said after the game, it looks like they dodged a bullet. So I wouldn't expect to see Gleyber, tomorrow against Oakland, but maybe he will avoid, when it first happened, I'm thinking, all right, this is an injureless situation. Maybe it won't be. Maybe you're looking more at a day-to-day situation, but we'll find out more about Gleyber. But early indications are that nothing really bad happened, so that's good. Michael King, the Magician. Michael King, the Magician, comes on the 10th. We've seen him pull this Houdini act before the season, and it's very impressive. And the reason why it became a problem was not his fault in the first place. You have the runner on 2nd to begin with, and then Jose Altuve reaches on an error by Kiner-Falefa. I wish that Kiner-Falefa's defense was a little bit more trustworthy. You never know what you're going to get from Kiner-Falefa. So it's 1st and 2nd, and then Jason Castro really should have been caught in a rundown. He got caught, but he ends up on 3rd. It's tough to explain, but anyway, it ends up 1st and 3rd, no out. And King gets a strikeout, so there's 1 out. So that's key right there. But then Altuve is still 2nd, and Bregman walks. So it's bases loaded, 1 out, and King gets the job done. Tucker flies out to shallow left, and then Gurriel pops out to first. So King allows no runs, which is always key heading into the bottom of the 10th with the runner on second. So in the bottom of the 10th, Connor Faleffa with a sac bunt, which was a good job. He did it with 2 strikes. It was a tough bunt, but he gets it done. Hicks moves over to third. Matt Carpenter pinch hits for Trevino, and he's intentionally walked, which was an interesting decision. At this time, Seth Martinez was on for the Astros. LeMahieu has a chance to win it, but strikes out. So DJ, who tied it up in the 8th, does not come through here, but coming to the plate is Aaron Judge. Yep, he does it again, because Aaron Judge, this is an MVP level season for him. It's been nothing short of spectacular, and he hits a walk-off 3-run homer. And when he hit it, you knew that they won the game because, it was a deep fly ball. It was going to go to the warning track. No one was near it, but it goes over the fence just to make it, so Judge, he didn't even realize that he homered. Like, that's the kind of guy that he is, where it's like he just knew that he won the game, and they told him, hey, it actually went over the fence. So his 28th homer of the year, 3-run homer. Yankees win it 6-3. And so it ends up so much going on in that series, but you can feel happy about the fact that they did get the split. The Yankees still have only lost 2 series this year at Baltimore, and then the one home against the White Sox where they lost that doubleheader. Kind of a unique circumstance. So the Yankees are now 53-20, and now Oakland heads to town. And the A's, not a very good team these days. So the Yankees are looking to win this series. Now, there might be a little bit of a hangover effect after a lot of, not just the Astros series, but a bunch of key divisional games. This feels a little bit weird now to face a non-division opponent who isn't very good. So, hopefully the Yankees win the series. A sweep would be great, but really I'll be happy with – I shouldn't say happy, but I will be very content with 2 out of 3. It'll be Paul Blackburn versus Jordan Montgomery. And then Frankie Montas will be pitching the second game for Oakland, and then Cole Irvin the third game for the Yankees. They didn't announce the pitchers for Tuesday and Wednesday, so we shall see where they go from here. One would think that Tyone pitches on Tuesday, but they haven't announced that yet. So maybe J.P. Sears. I think I might have heard that maybe J.P. Sears might pitch one of these games. So we'll see what they do. And then the Yankees will actually play one game at the Astros. That is a makeup from the cancellation from the first week due to the labor negotiations at that time. So that'll be kind of a fun little one-game situation. Then they'll go back to the Astros in a few weeks, I believe, to play a doubleheader. So again, Yanks split with the Astros. You get a no-hitter against them. You get a couple of Aaron Judge walk-offs. You get a little bit of everything. And so now the Yankees will stay home, face Oakland, and then have one more against the Astros, this time at Houston, before heading to Cleveland to take on the Guardians.